Greetings in our next video, in which we will together look at the most beautiful sandy beaches of Croatia. Although we would count at least 10 more, bigger and smaller, today we will show you only those that we have personally visited. As you surely already see in the video, these are the beaches: Pasjača, Kraljičina, Rajska, the town beach Baška, and the famous Istrian beach Bijeca. Each of them has its charm and each deserves your attention. So let's get to it. We start with the most distant one, which is located right at the Montenegrin border. If you were to drive here like us, prepare for a journey of about 1,200 kilometers from Prague. On the way, you will probably cross the Pasjača Bridge, one of the longest bridges in southeastern Europe, which elegantly connects mainland Croatia with the Pasjača Peninsula and bypasses the territory of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It was opened in 2022, and traveling to the south of the country is much easier and faster thanks to it. And now to the beach itself. It may not be the most famous beach in Croatia, but it definitely belongs among the most beautiful. Pasjača, hidden under a high rocky cliff in the Konavle area, just a few dozen kilometers south of Dubrovnik. You won't get here by accident. You have to go down a narrow path carved into the rock. But once you get down, you find yourself in another world. Fine sand, azure sea, and silence broken only by the sound of the waves. No bars, no music, no sunbeds. Just you, the rock, and the sea. Above the cliff, you will find a small parking lot for about 30 cars. And although the beach is remote, interest in it is growing. We visited it on November 1st, 2024. And even at this late date, we were pleasantly surprised. The sea was a pleasant 22 degrees, and the air during the day was over 25. In 2019, Pasjača was voted the most beautiful beach in Europe. And no wonder, this is not just about swimming. This is about an experience, a moment that will stay in memory. But beware, bring everything you need with you. Because here, at Pasjača, the most you can buy is peace. We continue to one of the most iconic and comfortable sandy beaches in Croatia. Paradise Beach, which is located on the island of Rab in the resort town of Lopar. It is about 750 kilometers from Prague, and because it is an island, you also have to count on a ferry. The most common route goes through the island of Krk, specifically from the port of Valbiska. Price? 33 euros for a car up to 5 meters in length and 6 euros for an adult. The ferry ride takes about an hour and a half. There is also a second route from the port of Stinica near the town of Banjul, where the ferry is about 25% cheaper, and you arrive on the island in 30 minutes. However, the trip to the beach from this side takes another half hour. The beach itself has everything you expect from a family vacation. The parking lot is only about 100 meters away, and you pay 8 euros for daily parking. You can rent sunbeds with the umbrellas here for about 20 euros per day. The sea temperature here in the summer months often exceeds 25 degrees, and it is suitable for swimming from the end of May. The beach is made for families with children. Even 100 meters from the shore, the water is still only waist deep. Around you will find restaurants, bars, ice cream stands, toilets, showers, and children's attractions, including small slides right on the beach. And how much does the fun cost? You pay 1 euro for one ride on the slide. For 10 euros, you get 13 rides. And for 20 euros, you can enjoy up to 27 rides. And if you are looking for another piece of peace, around the town of Lopar, there are a total of 8 other smaller and larger sandy beaches. Although Paradise Beach is one of the most famous beaches in all of Croatia, we were surprised that it never seemed as crowded as some others. Our next stop is Baška, a well-known resort on the southeast of the island of Krk. The island is conveniently connected to the mainland by the Krk Bridge, which is completely free of charge. Just be careful, right after crossing the bridge, there is often an active speed camera, so better take your foot off the gas. From Prague, it is about 750 kilometers. And thanks to the highway, you can get here very comfortably. Baška is one of the most visited places in Croatia, not only because of its long beach, but also because of its historical attractions. The main promenade is named after Emil Geislich, a doctor and native of Prague, who was actively developing tourism here at the end of the 19th century and is also buried in Baška. In the nearby settlement of Uranvor, you will find the small church of St. Lucy, which is considered one of the most important sites in Croatian history. This is where the famous Baška tablet was found, a stone inscription from the 11th century written in Old Croatian Glagolitic script, which is considered one of the oldest monuments of Croatian statehood. On the church facade, you can still see the Croatian national symbol, a small checkerboard mosaic. And if you are looking for a bit of adrenaline, don't miss Zipline Edison, the longest zip line in all of Croatia. You can look forward to more than 2 kilometers of cable rides high above the sea and rocks, and beautiful views of the whole island and bay. We visited Baška in mid-June, and we must admit that it is among the most crowded and most expensive places we have visited in Croatia. The local beach is not 100% sandy, but thanks to the fine pebbles and firm, flat bottom, it feels almost like sand to the touch, and is definitely more comfortable than typical Croatian rocky beaches. You will find showers, restaurants, bars, shops, sports zones, and of course, public toilets. But be aware that on the main city beach, you pay €1 for the toilets. And even though the beach is really spacious, in the season, you should be prepared for very heavy crowds. You need to grab a free spot under an umbrella early in the morning. And now we're heading to the very south of Istria, to the popular resort of Medulin. Medulin is located just a few kilometers from the larger city of Pula, at the southern tip of Istria. The distance from Prague is about 750 kilometers, and although Medulin is a smaller town, it comes alive day and night during the summer season. We visited Medulin at the end of May, and even though summer hadn't officially started yet, the beach was already quite busy. We were also pleasantly surprised by the local events, concerts on the waterfront, and even a gathering of American vintage cars, which gave the place a completely different atmosphere. The most famous local beach, Bijeca. The best-known beach here is Bijeca, one of the most sought-after sandy beaches in all of Istria. The beach is very long and shallow. The sea only reaches knee-deep, even dozens of meters from the shore. Thanks to this, it's ideal for families with children who have plenty of space to play. The water is already beautifully warm from May. When we were there, the thermometer showed over 25 degrees. Facilities and attractions, alongside classic beach services, restaurants, bars, rental shops, showers, and changing rooms, you'll also find the popular family park here, full of carousels, trampolines, bumper cars, and inflatable attractions, guaranteed to keep kids entertained all afternoon. The final destination on our journey along Croatia's sandy beaches is Kraljičina Beach, near the town of Nin. We last visited in 2016, and the quality of the photos and videos from that time now seems almost pixelated. However, what has stayed with me forever is the strongly smelling healing mud found in this area. Despite its unpleasant odor, this mud boasts many health benefits and is used by locals as a natural remedy. The mud is quite difficult to wash off, so after bathing and covering yourself with it, you should expect to carry the scent of this unique natural mixture for a while. Kraljičina Beach is about 880 kilometers from Prague, with most of the journey on highways, making it a comfortable and relatively quick trip. Around the beach, you will find several small restaurants and cafes where you can enjoy local specialties. The water is pleasantly warm in the summer, with an average temperature of around 25 degrees, and the beach mostly has a gentle entry, making it ideal for families with children. In summary, Kraljičina Beach is not only a beautiful and peaceful destination, but also a place with a unique natural treasure, healing mud that is well worth experiencing.